Welcome back to Explaining Everything, the channel where we dive into the stories and mysteries behind everyday things. Today's question comes from one of our wonderfully curious viewers, Jenna Snacks 42. Thanks for the suggestion, Jenna. You asked, why do people cry when they're happy? And honestly, same. Today, we're digging into the emotional science, evolutionary drama, and straight-up weirdness behind this beautifully confusing human phenomenon. So grab some tissues and get comfy, because we're about to explain why joy sometimes comes with a side of tears. Right here on Explaining Everything. Let's start with the brain. That wonderful, squishy jello mold of a command center that spends half its time trying to keep you alive and the other half making you cry at dog food commercials. Emotionally, your brain is a bit of a drama queen. It gets overwhelmed, overstimulated, and just like an internet router from 2003, it resets itself in the weirdest ways. Crying is one of those resets. It's the body's way of saying, hey, this is too much for me to process, so I'm going to start leaking fluids until something makes sense again. When you're hit with happiness that's too big to contain, like a baby being born, or your grandma finally figuring out how to use FaceTime, the emotions slam into your nervous system like a marching band on rollerblades. Your brain, in a moment of full-on emotional gridlock, hits the tear duct emergency button. So, congratulations. You're not weird. You're just emotionally constipated, and your eyeballs are the relief valve. Now, let's take a moment to appreciate tears. They're not just salty water that ruins your eyeliner. No, sir. Tears are surprisingly multi-talented. Think of them as your body's very own Swiss Army knife. Feeling sad? Cry. Feeling angry? Cry. Just stubbed your toe while chasing your cat in socks on hardwood floors. Oh, baby, you're crying. But when you're happy? That's when tears show up like, hey, you didn't invite us, but we brought dip. Crying when you're happy is your body's way of leveling out. It's a balancing act. Your brain goes, okay, we're feeling too much joy right now, and that's suspicious. Let's throw in some sadness real quick to mellow this out. It's like emotional whiplash. Believe it or not, there's an evolutionary angle to all this. Our ancestors probably didn't cry at weddings because back then, weddings were more like livestock trades with cake. But they did cry to communicate things without using words. Hey, I'm overwhelmed. Help, or I'm not okay, even though I look okay. Crying sends a message, even when you don't know how to express what's going on inside that big old melon of yours. Over time, this evolved into a system where crying could signal a whole spectrum of things. Grief, frustration, love, relief, and that. One time, you thought your phone fell down a storm drain, but it actually landed in your hoodie pocket. When you're crying because you're happy, it might be a leftover glitch in our emotional operating system. Think of it as software from caveman days. You've got high-speed internet now, but you're still using feelings coded for dial-up. Now, let's address the social side of happy crying. It never happens when you're alone. Oh no, it waits for a crowd. You'll never cry tears of joy in the privacy of your own home over something simple, like remembering you have leftover pizza. But go to a concert, or a graduation, or a sporting event where your underdog team finally scores, and suddenly your face turns into Niagara Falls. You look around, and everyone else is holding it together like mature adults. And there you are, sniffling like a toddler who just dropped their ice cream. And what do? We apologize. I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm crying. Meanwhile, the other person is also crying, and now you're in a tear-off like two emotionally charged onions competing for an Oscar. There's no winning in a happy cry face. Your cheeks puff, your eyes swell. You look like a Muppet caught in a rainstorm. Let's talk about movies. Cinema is the #1 weapon of mass emotional destruction. Filmmakers know the formula. Play some gentle piano music. Show someone reuniting with a lost love, a dying pet, or a robot learning to love. Boom! Waterworks. You could be a tough tattooed biker in a leather vest with biceps the size of bowling balls, but one scene of a puppy limping back to its owner? You're toast. Full sob. Mascara or not. Happy crying during movies is a whole category on its own. It's not even real life. It's fictional characters doing fictional things. But your brain treats it like a live broadcast from your soul. Your emotions get hijacked, and next thing you know, you're curled up with a pillow whispering, "Why am I like this?" Because your brain is dramatic. And honestly, we love it for that. If you want to sound fancy, you can call it dimorphous expression. That's the term psychologists use to explain why people express one emotion with a reaction usually reserved for another. Like laughing when you're terrified, or yelling, "I love you," when you're furious, or, crying when you just got accepted into clown college and your dreams are finally coming true. Dimorphous expression is your body's way of pumping the brakes on emotions that are so big they might break you. It's like your brain yelling, "Everyone remain calm." And that's why people cry when they're happy, because our brains are emotional drama queens who can't tell the difference between ecstatic and devastated. So they just hit the tear button and hope for the best. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss out. Also, if you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for tuning in, and join us next time here in the channel that answers all the why, what, who, where, and how questions you've always wondered about, here on Explaining Everything.